morning, traders. This is Baha Pips. It's Thursday, May 25th, 2023, 10:27 a.m. in Eastern China. And today I'm going to be breaking down the weekly technical breakdowns. I'm going to be basically going over the pairs that I was trading. A couple of days ago, I put some swing trades in. Yesterday, I was doing some day trading and everything pretty much closed out. I'm currently awaiting my last trade that I placed was Usdjpy. It was on my watch list at the beginning of the week. As you all can see, it is running in the money and I had trailed my stop loss to break even. So if worst case scenario comes, I'll collect about $6, which is better than a loss. It's about 2 pips. But on the bright side, we are currently up about 95 to 100 pips in the money right now. My target is set right here as it was placed in the previous video at 157 pips. So we are over 50% on our way to the profit target, and I will be looking to trail my stop loss very shortly. Now, I just wanted to break down a couple of things before I make any moves, and I want to just highlight yesterday's trades. If you didn't get to see these trades play out from start to finish, and while they were in the process of being ran to the target, you can check that previous video out. It's going to be at the end of this video. You can just click on the link and you can see everything unfold in front of your eyes. So today I'm actually going to be trading different types of pairs. You see I have a huge watch list at the bottom and I don't know exactly what's going to happen today. I'm just going to go play along with the market. Whatever the market conditions give me, I'm going to react, and that's about it. So earlier this morning, I woke up about an hour and a half ago, and I've been on this chart for about half an hour. I've been building a watch list because there has been a lot of heavy movement in the past 24 hours. We just recently had FOMC minutes. There was high impact news for NZD, and just the entire markets went crazy yesterday. So I was on it, and swing trading was prime for yesterday. I was looking for some swing trades to get into this morning and as of last night as well. But unfortunately, it looks like a lot of pairs are overbought and oversold at the moment. So I do not want to touch anything on the 4-hour chart right now. But I will continue to let this one keep running because my entry is so far away. I will trail it, but I do not want to add anything into the 4-hour because I'm chasing price. Today's one of those days where if you get in at the wrong time, you could be chasing price. So I would highly recommend sitting aside and not touching anything for the time being and just letting price do its thing. So let's get on to the next part. I want to break down Usdjpy first and explain where it's going on the intraday basis, and we can start from there. So let's take a look at this. We are currently on an uptrend. I'll just draw a trend line, a simple one, just for you to visually see. It's obviously an uptrend. You got higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. There we go. Elliott wave, ABC. Okay. You already know what it is. Right now, we are on our way to the profit target. I do not see anything in the way of this. There's the path of least resistance is northbound. If I do see anything that is alerting, it's going to hit my trailing stop before it hits that old stop loss, which was down below. And hey, it's a good trade. It was a solid trade either way. And right now it looks great. I wish I had scaled into this position, but unfortunately I didn't really have any opportunity to scale in. As you can see, price did have a little pullback right here, but the only thing is that pullback was extremely deep. This happened a few hours ago, matter of fact, and it came right near my trailing stop loss. I trailed the stop loss this morning, so I trailed it about an hour ago. But my original stop loss was placed below around 138.310, and it did make a spike down to test this old resistance that it just recently broke out of, and now it's acting as support. So we see the official support. There's no need to support this bias anymore. It's literally support. You can see price was resistance, bounced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times off of that resistance, maybe even 6 times before it broke through. So this is a very strong area. It's a high level area of psychological area for traders. It was around 138.9. The psych zone was 139 flat, and price bursted through, it retested, and now we're on our way off. So I do not believe price is going to return to that zone. The only problem is that it's too wide of an area for me to place any type of orders or entries right now on the hourly. The hourly is usually a trigger time frame for my 4-hour. I like to combine time frames if I'm trading long term, medium term, or even short term. You can see I can trade across the board any time frame. I don't touch the monthly and weekly because these are just too long of a wait, but as you can see on the monthly, I can read this too. We had a break. Now we are currently on our way back up to retest those highs of last year. We can see right here the monthly. There's the highs of October 2022. Looks like we're going to be on our way up to those highs. We're very clear in the money, and anything that happens though, still we could have a nice low reversal, and it could knock out these lows next month. It's unpredictable. That's why I really don't like trading macros. There's just too much going on in the world, and you know, I just personally don't have that type of patience, and you have to trade a little bit different when you're using the monthly time frame. Same with the weekly, you have to wait and you rely a lot on the fundamentals at this point because, you know, with the war going on and with, you know, all these viruses and just everything, the world is in an unpredictable state right now. So trading macros is not really the greatest time. As you can see, back in 2022, we did have a nice bull run. This was probably the most optimal time to buy Usdjpy was back in 2022. So we can see August 2022, that was a year ago, and price did surge on up. So we are going to test the yearly highs again. We did reject that range, and we are still kind of currently in our own little range. So I'm not going to touch this pair on the macro approach because I'm just going to be a little bit upset if I tie in some capital to this and it does not go and I'm waiting for months. So those of you that like to trade long term, you know, hey, that's, if it floats your boat, go ahead and do that, but I'm gonna stay away from that. Taking a look at the daily chart, we are on our way up. We do see a nice break of our old range. We see some highs right there. Another high was retested, another high was retested. We finally broke through, but we did not break through with enough magnitude. So right now, I will just sit aside on the daily chart as well. This is also a long-term time frame. We are on a bullish run, but this could end anytime soon. I don't believe that it will, but we are barely touching those highs. So I would like to see price surge on up more, preferably hit my profit target and then make some pullbacks and continuation moves north. But until then, I'm not going to touch this pair neither. Let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. You can see everything pretty much playing out the way it is. I don't really know what's going on here. I just know that it's just moving along with my trades, moving along with my going towards my profit target, and that's about it right now. So I'm gonna be looking to take this trade to my target, and then I'm gonna sit on my hands. So if I can't trade on any of these larger time frames, then it only leaves me to trade on the smaller time frames. I don't force trades, so this right here was a breakout, but then we started congesting in the tight range, and I want to mark this one on up right here. So this is where I'm going to start with a UJ. So we're congested in the tight range. It rejected these lows, but then popped right back in. So we are very bullish. So we had a false breakout south. So for me, I'm looking bullish on the day trading time frames, which I'm going to go down to in just a moment. So now I'm looking at the 30-minute time frame. We can see that this is an optimal time frame because we have enough maturity in the price action to really start to look for some trades. So we see that price was congested, and it did not go anywhere. You see that? So now we're breaking out of this range. What I like to see is a break out, price to push farther up, and then I like to see a significant little pullback, and then, you know, I'll be able to determine what happens depending on how deep the pullback and retracement is, and if it could bounce off of these they're currently resistance, but it's now going to be acting as support as we're getting away from it. If it could have a nice bounce off of this support, I'm going to look for some entries up north and continue to my target. That's going to be my day trade on UJ. So as of right now, there's nothing. I can't really take any trades, and I don't want to force anything. When I do look down into the 5-minute time frame, I can see that we are currently still, like, you know, we broken out. There was just sideways movement. I don't trade sideways movement. It's too young in the day for me to trade this. We are bullish, that's all I know. But if you want to just buy it based off of the bias, I know there's a lot of indicators out there that tells you the sentiment of the market, if it's a strong buy, strong sell, how many percent are on the buy side. I don't really like those because they're not really the greatest tool, because, you know, it could be a strong buy, but they're not telling you where to place your stop or how long it's going to be congested for. So you're going to buy it, and you could be prematurely stopped out, and it could still be bullish. You could buy it here, but where's your stop loss going to be? You don't know. So the smartest place to be is where my stop loss is. This is now my trailing stop. This is why I swing trade this pair, because there's nowhere to place my stop loss right now. You see, we don't want to place it here. We don't want to place it here. We don't want to place it here. It's just unpredictable. Let me draw a trend line so y'all can see what's going on. So you see that? This is the clean, clear-cut trend line, and price is just moving, drifting to the side. This is what I call drifting movement, and it's not going anywhere, so I don't want to touch this. So with that being said, I'm gonna leave UJ alone, let it do its thing. If I come back to it later in the day, I'll update y'all, but this is it for UJ. AUD USD had a great run south. Y'all can see my trades closed out, all in the money. I had a trailing stop that was hit, which is why it's red, because I was on my way to my target, which it actually did hit, but I let my trailing stop get activated first. It looked like it faked it out. I'm gonna show y'all on the hourly right now where that trailing stop got faked out. So you see this right here. This was yesterday's movement, and I was in the entirety of the way. I got in right around here, a break of these lows, and pretty much I took AUD USD really nice down south, but you see how it drifted around. So this is the problem. Getting in at these lows, you know, I was able to collect some profits, but I had a deeper target and it just did not hit. So that's it for AUD USD. I want to move on to the next pair now, and that is going to be Euro AUD. So let me just tune this on up a little bit. Can't really hear in the background. So Euro AUD right now, we have broken out of that range, as you can see right here. So we have a price that was congested for some time, and we just broken on out of that. So now we are retesting, or we're gonna keep on going. So you don't want to buy this one either, because your stop loss has to be, you have to trade this as a range. So yes, we're bullish, but we're also a part of a larger bearish sentiment. Look at this bear trend right here. For those of you that aren't aware, you see this right here? This is a deep bear trend, and we just broke that. So I need to see a pullback and some sort of move back onto the upside, or else we're just buying against the major trend, and that's not smart. So if you're buying against the major trend, you already know that you have a low probability of success. The only time you buy against the major trend is if there's a counter move in your favor. And I already bought that counter move yesterday as we were inside of the range, and I saw a false breakout and we popped on up. So that's it for this pair. I'm gonna move on to the next pair. That's done and dusted. If I'm gonna look for anything on this, I'm gonna have to look into once again the day trading time frame, which is 30-minute and 5-minute, to find entries. And right now you see that Control Y, it's too young. So the market's too young for me to take any type of trades in this direction. So I'm gonna leave this one alone as well, but I'm also gonna set an alert at the highs of the day. If the highs of the day are breached again, then maybe I'm gonna start looking for some buy entries northbound. So give me a moment, I'm gonna take a break, catch a breather, and be right back. All right, so I'm back. Let's take a look at this Euro AUD. And yeah, took a look at UJ. Everything is pretty much doing as it is. So now I want to go on to some newer pairs. UCAD, it was bullish, as you can see, but right now we're just breaking on out of a range. On the hourly, there's nothing to swing trade. We might set up for some swing trades at the end of today, but we are at the end of the week, and I don't really see much happening here neither, as you can see. So this is also something I'm going to leave alone. You know, if on a 30-minute, sometime in London or US session, we might be able to get a break, and then I'll be able to confirm if we're going to continue going up or if we're going to reverse back into the older range. I'll be able to take a trade based on that criteria. We are bullish, but like I said, everything was moving at a monstrous run. So now that I covered everything, I want to just start on some new pairs. You see this AUD NZD? I was a little bit interested in this pair because NZD had a high impact news yesterday. I'm going to go to this chart. I'm going to show you yesterday and see we had press conference, core inflation, and that was UK, my bad. But we had a press conference for NZD. And yeah, long story short, NZD was negative for the day. So for me personally, I was able to actually capitalize on this trade. And as you can see, NZD, it's just bullish right now. And I would like to see price continue north or reverse back down south. Personally, I don't think it's going to be north. I think this was market manipulation, and I'm going to stay out of this until further notice. But on the day trading time frame, like I said, today might be a great day to do some intraday trading. You can look right here, and you could actually see price is coming on out of a range and it just rejected that. So I want to mark this high up right here, and I want to mark a low up right here. So we have highs, we have lows, and we have price that is potentially going to be doing something, but we just don't know. Once again, you don't want to trade this right away, but on the 5-minute, let's take a look. See, this is the importance of reading price action and having a broad scope of everything. You can actually be able to trade anything. You can read anything, and you can stay out of bad conditions so you don't tie your money up and lose some capital if if that makes sense. You don't always have to take a trade. It's as important to stay out of markets as it is to take entries in markets for money. So, you know, you don't want to lose money. Preservation of capital is rule number one. Right now we had a false break. We see that. We see a possible move on down. But the thing is that this is too close to the range lows, and I would like to see these range lows broken. So I'm going to mark this one on off right here. Or I'd like to see the range highs broken and revisited. So I'm going to mark this high off right here as well. And now I'm going to be looking and monitoring this pair as well, because we do have some potential. I do like ranges, but I need to see the ranges. I need to see a reaction of the ranges. So right now we just are going zigzag, moving sideways, and I don't really know what's going to happen. So as of right now, I'm going to just sit on my hands. I'm going to sit aside. I'm going to wait it out, and we're just going to have to wait and see what's going on there. So that's it for this pair. I'm going to now look onto some more pairs. All right. Let me see. Gold, there's not really much going on with gold. As you can see, gold is not doing anything right now. It's just moving sideways. I don't like this. We're at major lows of a much larger range that's been going on for a couple of months now. And at this point, we need to see a thrust. So US is having some FOMC news. As you can see on today's news, we have high impact news on the US dollar. We have FOMC minutes that just recently passed by. And tomorrow we have some durable goods. You know, there's some high impact news coming in, so it should shift the markets. The next 7 days, of course, is the end of the month. So we're gonna look on the 27th. Nothing is the weekend. The 30th is when we come back and we have consumer confidence. So we do have some high impact news all the way through to June 1st. So I think that this month is gonna be a little bit of slow for the end of the month, but we may actually start to see something emerge as the markets continue. But as of right now, I think it made its major moves, and it's just kind of gonna take a break. Markets do take a break as well. Bitcoin, I didn't see anything here. XRP, I'm very interested in XRP, which is why I have it on my list now. You see, I have a watch list of 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 17 pairs I have on my watch list right now. I'm gonna add a few more to get like a 25 pair watch list. But XRP, now crypto, I haven't traded crypto in a while, but I'm starting to look back into crypto markets as well. So on the 4-hour time frame, we have a very interesting possible reversal back into the range. As you can see, price was on a bullish trend. It was on a bull run. I don't know why this is marked off right here. There we go. Price was on a bull run, as you can see, and it drifted off sideways, and what it did was the buyers got exhausted, and now we are popping back onto the downside. So for me personally, I like to see a break of these lows, and I'm more than likely going to take a sell. So this alert is going to be set right there. Now, if I take this sell, my stop loss is going to have to be slightly above the most recent high. So if I do, like I said, if I do take this short, my stop loss is going to be about 200 pips north. So about 0.46100. So let's see what that's going to be like. 0.46100. I'm going to do this in front of y'all, and I could modify later, but I'm just going to see what it is. So 0.46 100. There we go. So 0.46100 is going to be placed right there, and as you can see, it's only 22 cents. So I definitely need to add to this position and make it larger. So I'm going to do one standard, and I'm going to do a sell stop and see how much that's going to cost. So as you can see right here, it's going to now be deleted for the old one, and I'm going to check the new one and see. I like to risk a 0.5%, but I'm going to start risking 1% of my account. 218. See, this is still nothing. What is going on? How big is this crypto? Let's see. Let's take a look. Let me see. Sell stop. Let's try a 10 lot on this. Delete this order. That's why it's just looking like there's some bleeding orders. 21. What? What is this lot size gotta be? Do they even let me do 100 lots? Like, I can't, y'all. I can't do this. Like, what's going on with XRP? How many lots do I have to use? Like, gosh. And you know what? I don't even like this. It's like a 2-to-1. Like, it's like 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio to get down. Like, I don't like this pair. It's range bound. It's definitely showing continuance, but like, man, like, it's just like 185 pips, 181 pips, and then just to get to the bottom end of this range, it's barely 181, as you can see. Like, I like to see at least like 250, you know, like I think it could hit, you know, I believe it will hit, but it's just one of those trades where I'm just like, you know, do I gotta do it? Like, you know, let me take a look at the 1 hour just so we can get a little bit better of a view. We're at minor lows. These aren't really major lows to me. We're in the middle of the range, so, you know, it's just too zigzag, you know, it's just too indecisive. This is why I'm staying out of crypto just as of right now until we have some clean runs. I don't want to just counter trend this because, like I said, it's just, if I do take this sell, which it's very likely it will continue on down. If you look at this right here, if I do end up taking this sell, it's not really gonna do much to my P&L. We have some lows right here, and it's just, it can hit any of these lows before reversing, and you can already see how it's like the sellers already look weak. I don't like this. So, and not just that, but a 10 lot is only $18. So I don't even want to do 100 lots. If I gotta do lot size that big, there's no point in me trading a pair. Like, look at this sell stop. Look at this, 100 lot. Come on now, like, it's still nothing. Like, who does this? Like, you know, like, so I don't want to trade XRP right now. I think it's like not the smartest thing to touch. So unfortunately, that's nothing. ETH is nothing, as you can see. The 4 hour is just in a large range. Audjpy. This is something that I was looking at. We are in a range. You see this? Gbpjpy, we are in a long-term range. Look at this. This is the weekly range. It's just breaking out. This is the 4 hour range. I marked this one on up earlier. We could see we could possibly break on up higher, but we need some sort of catalyst to come into the markets at this point to continue these large moves. So until then, I would recommend day trading, scalping. Only things that I will do for the rest of this week, because there's not really much movement happening just as of right now, and that means that the market is just indecisive. Look at that daily. It just reached major highs on a daily time frame. Weekly time frame, major highs. Monthly time frame. Looks like we are merging out of this. So I do believe we're gonna have a nice bullish run on GJ. And my next monthly target is gonna be right around here at 193.808. So this is definitely gonna be something that I would buy into. But I need to see a nice pullback, because you see we've been ranging up as well, and I don't really like this, so I wouldn't buy into these highs. I mean, if you already got in at these lows, good shit, just keep holding it. But me, I'm a little bit late coming to this, and I was focused on UJ anyways, so you know, this is not really something that I'm looking at the moment. I might revisit it later on next month, but I don't really want to touch it as of right now. So finally, lastly, let's take a look at UJ, and I'm going to show you all right now. UJ. So this is the pair of the day. This is my trade. This is my bread and butter today, and I'm going to be just eyeballing this as it is now making that pullback towards those highs like I explained. Looking at the 5 minutes, we can see that the pullback is coming towards those highs. So yeah, I mean, right here, if we could pop on up a little, you know, back above 139.6, I might be triggered in to get a buy order, and then I'll take it on up for a day trade. Right now, Japan is just coming back from lunch soon. It's 10:53 a.m. in China, so it's 11:53. So they're about to go to lunch. Australia is just coming back from lunch, so Japan's about to go to lunch, which is another reason why I was pulling back. I'm just gonna wait, and I'll probably be looking for some day trades in the UJ today. To scale into this position that's already in the money. It's risk free now, so the day trades are gonna pretty much just make up even more for this pair as long as it goes in my favor. I am bullish. I'm gonna take it to my target today. The target is gonna be set at these highs at 139.6, but looking at the day time frame, you can see that it's already moved about 84 pips. I'm going to be very careful day trading. See that it moves on average 111 pips per day. So we are a little bit overbought. So if we can dip that down and pull back a little bit further, I might be able to take price on up like 40, 50, 60 pips. So I'm going to just sit on my hands, sit aside and wait for this pair. Anything else, I don't really know. Usdjpy, nothing. So that's it for the markets today. I'm not really recommending swing trading until maybe the end of today, and it's also going to be Friday, so unless you want to hold positions over the weekend, swing trading is pretty much done for the week for me. Day trading and scalping is going to be my primary and sole focus. I'm going to look at the Euro USD when it's time to scalp later on. And this is just my weekly technical breakdown, end of the week technical breakdown. Y'all have a follow-up. Y'all see what it is. Y'all see everything is done in front of you in real time. I read the markets. I broke it down from the monthly all the way down to the 5 minute. I could get into the 1 minute. Why not? Let's take a look at the 1 minute. Nothing, okay? Congestion. I don't trade this. I wait for breaks or pullbacks or something. This is just gambling. You see this? There's no activity right now. Little movement, little activity. You don't want to touch this, you know? There's no participants in the market until London opens. So we're going to wait. And I'll be back later. Probably going to go to the gym, take a break, you know, have a nice little morning and come back later in the day and see some updates. But that's it for y'all. Have a great day and follow up in the next video. Peace.